hop right into it, man. So we'll start off with, of course, the big shit that's been going down. With this dumb ass Jada and Will entanglement bullshit.
Hey.
Um, bruh, bruh, like I don't know about you, but first of all, I don't know this. That was probably the weakest shit I think I've ever heard Jada Pickett ever say in my life. Like, you see how Will corrected her, like, bitch, you don't embarrass me on TV. Don't make me come across this red table and slap the shit out of you.
Oh,
It's a
bro.
relationship, like,
Say what it is. Just say what it was. But that term right there, an entanglement, and if I don't know if you saw, but August tried to defend that because he was like, if you look up the word entanglement, it's a it's a complicated relationship, and he was like, that's exactly what it was. And I'm like, I feel you on the literal fact of it. I feel you, but it was still a relationship. That's what's in the definition of
like a
entanglement. So
motherfucker.
that's what everybody wanted to know. It was a relationship. So yes, it was. But the term entanglement has now been. When she said that, I love the internet because they buckshot blasted the memes out there.
Roast that ass, bruh. The fuck you
It
talking about
was
entanglement?
everywhere. But what's ironic is like right before all this happened, Will and Jada was just, they had one of the couch talks
Mm.
where they were talking about, their kids, and people was like, well, how does it, how do you feel about bringing up your kids in Hollywood? It was like, bringing up our kids in Hollywood, like that ain't dangerous. That ain't nothing to be worried about. Like I grew up in Philly, she grew up in Baltimore. Like we grew up around bullets and stuff,
Yeah,
like
niggas
real
get shot.
danger. If you
Yeah.
can't worry about somebody talking stuff about you on the internet, then
Right.
then we got real problems. So they was already prepared for stuff like this. They was already used to it, and like they explained before they came out and did the talk, it was because it was like, all right, now we gotta say something, so let's just say it. These fools been talking about being in an open relationship type status for years.
I remember they had a red talk table where they talked about that, and they're like, for everybody that's asking, we don't have an open relationship, and then this shit happens. I was like, so y'all some lying
So
motherfuckers,
this the
bruh.
thing. It's that one spit when Will was like, we have a life partnership. There's no deal breakers. There's nothing she can do that can, that whole talk.
Again, the
He said
dumbest
it,
shit I ever heard.
but but check it out. So they can have their own agreements because Will's will like everybody talking about Jada and like how, hey, August, you got one of the goats and you just didn't know how to shut your mouth and you didn't know how to be a man and just hold that in. But he said it was messing with his money at that point, which is why he came out. He said he only came out and said something because it's messing with his finances.
You
So
got a sugar mama, nigga. Ask Jada for some of that money, nigga. Get some of that back. Slang dick, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Your
hey,
money.
I'm just saying, bro. That's what it was coming down to. So he said his money was being messed with. So if your money being messed with, I understand you having to defend your money. So I get that. But people can't sleep on the fact that Will Smith is Will Smith. So,
That nigga out there getting all types of sympathy ass right now, I'm
bruh. And
sure.
then even on the spot on the talk where he said where he was like, I'm gonna get you back, and then she was like, oh, I'm sure you've already got me back, and he was like, oh yeah, you right, you probably right about that. So that alone,
That
if
makes me
that,
happy
you know what I
inside.
mean, if that don't give y'all an insight that these two can do what they want, it's just the fact that business got out.
Mhm.
So they do what they do, but at the end of the day, they come home to their home fort,
Mhm.
and that's what it's all about. Is just making sure you come home to the home fort. Just ain't going out and going to go get married with somebody else. You can do whatever you gonna do, but you ain't going out and marrying somebody else.
Yeah.
That part's already taken for. So that's what it is. But people getting all flustered and all, and that's because every dude wanted a relationship like that where they're like, I'm done with your ass. But you know what? That's the one you love, the one that y'all done built a family with, and you like, whatever. You do
Y'all
you.
niggas ain't rich enough to do that. That's what that is. All of us can do this shit. Guess what? We ain't got Will Smith paper, nigga. If you had
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith paper, you can have 2 or 3 bitches, nigga. It don't matter. And like, yes, like, and that's the. And I don't know about you, bro. This is the shit that kind of made me mad. And I've seen females do this. And females, y'all need to stop doing this shit. For all my female listeners, when you don't have any logical defense to back up what the fuck you just did, you immediately go to the emotional shit.
Oh yeah. Oh
She was like,
yeah.
you see that? She was like, I was emotionally hurt. So I was
I
looking
want
like,
to feel good.
yeah, I
You
was
make
looking
me
like,
feel good.
I'm just gonna push this bitch in her stomach. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck? Only women can do that shit because only women can try to use some emotional shit because that's some shit you can't check. You can't be like, you weren't feeling that way. You don't know how a person was actually feeling, so you
Mm-hmm.
can't gauge that. So women use that shit as a defense, and it's like, ain't no nigga been able to been like, I was out here cheating, but I was emotionally hurt. So that's why I ate that bitch's ass because I was just hurt out here. Like, no, nigga, it don't work the same way. And I wonder, like, why doesn't it work like that? So
Well,
I'm like, I
that's
don't.
because men cheat for different reasons than what women cheat for. Women cheat for emotional reasons, like they go out and they step out for a connection and stuff like that. Because um, a woman's dick market is way more vast than a man's pussy market.
Facts.
So therefore, a man cheats for more so the artifact. Oh, look at her. Look how bad she. Look what she got. Boom. I just want to try that. You don't want to be with that. You don't want to love that. You don't. Nah. I
Just wanted to play with your
just
butt
wanted to
cheeks, bitch.
experience that and then be done with it. So that's the difference. Is that men cheat for a more primal reason because all uh our semen back up, and then on top of that, if the relationship at home ain't all that, and y'all not fucking and shit, and you got all that pent up, and you ain't getting it at home,
And you have options.
yeah, and you rich like that, and it's like, all right, if I do this, we whatever. So it kind of all just, but that's why with Will and Jada stuff, it was like it was too expensive to divorce, so they stayed together.
And I'm
So,
sure Will out there knocking the bottom out of bitches' asses in Hollywood. And also, I just feel like it's different too. Once you even though people are like, oh, they're down and they grounded. I just feel like once you've been rich longer than you've been poor, you lose certain things. Like, and that's why I tell people, like, first of all, I was like, Will and Jada, they rich as fuck. Don't feel sorry for these people at all. They gonna figure it out. Will out there getting him some pussy.
no,
Jada out there, she getting piped down. So
they went off to a big resort. They went to like one of the most expensive resorts to get away and
probably
work
fuck.
stuff out.
And do some and probably do some nasty shit there
Hmm.
too. Probably have a couple bitches too, couple niggas. They probably did some nasty shit, bro.
Hmm.
Again, I love y'all, Jada, and that's like you talking about how vast the like Jada. Will had to get to being Will Smith to where he had the options to do what he doing probably now. Jada was able to do that back in a different world.
Regardless,
Like
yeah.
she been like, nigga, I could get any type of dick I want. Will like, nigga, I had to make one of the best shows ever of all time to
I
be
gotta
able to do
break
some shit.
records.
Right? I gotta be able to, bitch. I had to get Welcome to Miami and shit, bitch, to be able
Hmm.
to do shit like that. So yes, it is different, and I know that you are a happily taken dude.
Oh
But I was just thinking, your boy's not, and
yeah.
I was just like, fuck, I gotta get my money up, nigga, because this nigga August is like a C-list celebrity. This nigga ain't even C-list to be honest. This nigga like C minus D plus, and this nigga out here smacking A plus type of bitches. Like, how the fuck does
See,
that even happen?
but it's tough because you can't, as a man, I can never truthfully judge another man's looks and really give him a real like rating because like
Not even his looks, just his status.
but I mean it's not about his status, bro. Because that's
Obviously.
not what women go for. That's not what women go for. I mean some women go for
I'm like a lot
status.
of women go for
Yeah,
status for
like
sure.
there's a lot of women that go for status but they're reaching. Like
Mm-hmm.
women that have status don't go for status. They going for what make them feel good. Because think about it, like when
Because
you're
you don't need for a
yeah
woman, you don't need status to get dick.
yeah you don't need exactly you don't need status to get dick, and then on top of that, if you're a woman that already has status and has money, you don't need his shit neither. So you legitimately are in there for he make me feel good. You know what I mean? Halle Berry on Monster Ball. Make me feel good.
It is so funny that you said that, nigga, because I got Holly Berry in here as one of the bitches. I was like, nigga, I should be able to pull J Lo or Holly, one of these
Bro,
bitches.
and
Like,
Halle Berry, the thing is that when you're at that level, when you're at that level of fame, stardom, richness, you have certain standards and you move different. And like Halle Berry, she said she's enjoying being single. First off, the woman is 50 years old and is banging. So
crazy, bro.
Halle could be out there, she's enjoying her momhood, but she could be out there smashing whoever she want. But it's not like that the info's not gonna get out there because this is the thing when people, we had this discussion before. When people are at that level, they move different. So when you come over the house, your phone's not on you. You know what I mean? You have nothing to leave evidence of the house to be like, I smashed. The only thing that you're gonna have is your wet meat that you gotta be like, hey, I'm
Smell
telling you,
it, smell it,
this is
nigga.
Cali, this is Hallie. Like, no, that's the only evidence that you leave with. You know what I'm saying? She probably gonna make you shower on your way out anyway. So
I'm like, bitch, I'm a dirty dickhead for a week. Somebody gonna believe me on this shit. Like, hey, nigga, smell it. I promise you, nigga, that's her. Something.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they move different. So I think the literally the only reason why something like this will even come out or why anybody would acknowledge this or even acknowledge the truth about it is because there's evidence. So she had to send some photos or something, or he's got some photos or something in his
Which is
phone to
crazy.
where he can release, and that's where it comes down to. Because if you don't have no evidence, especially with somebody that's got known track history and mental issues, you gonna let people think he crazy.
Yeah, I'm
You gonna
like,
be
that
like,
nigga
no,
don't,
he
nah,
crazy.
that
No,
nigga
what
ain't
the
even
hell?
smell my shit. Like,
You
that
know what I
nigga
mean?
crazy.
Like I let him feel on my booty one time in a dress, and I was like, hey, hold that back. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
all. You could have just let that be, but because there's evidence
That
that
nigga
had to
August
come
like,
through.
bitch, I'll put all your shit
You know what
out
I'm saying? I
there.
got text messages of how
Yeah.
you talked about because don't forget that Jada had a sex addiction that she had to get over too. So probably had a relapse. You know what I mean?
Out there stroking all types of monkey. Like, that shit is crazy. But for all you bitches out there, like I said, like, don't start using this shit as a fucking, oh, entanglement. Yeah, I feel like that's the new
Oh,
hoe word.
it,
Is that the new
it's
hoe word?
it's a new movement for everybody because now dudes is like, hey, no, baby, I ain't cheat. I just had an
Entanglement.
entanglement.
The first time a nigga do that, use that word, all your shit gonna be on the front lawn, nigga.
Bruh,
Xbox, all your shit. Oh
everything.
my god, bro. So yeah, man, for all you bitches out there, that shit is called still in 2020 cheating. If you're in a relationship with somebody else and you fucking somebody else, it's called cheating.
But
But
they was separated though at the time,
yeah,
amicably.
yeah,
They was separated. Will said I was done with your ass. So at that time, that's what I'm saying. Will was smashing at that time.
it was
His
smashing.
business just didn't get out. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
like
like
we
don't be
dealing with the
sloppy, bitch.
yeah,
Like
4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, we talking about this now.
shit's crazy, bro.
Nonsense. That's why he had that face across the table. He was like, girl, what the hell is wrong with you messing with these kids?
Right?
You know what I mean? Like,
You
you
out here
supposed to
fucking around
move
with
different than that.
kids.
We've been doing this for years. You're supposed to move better than that.
Yeah,
That's what it
and that,
was.
and that shit made me mad. Like, all right, I can see if it was the old Idris Elba ass nigga. Like, you out here with, I don't know, maybe because maybe I just think too much of myself. I'd be looking like, hey, nigga, if I have money like August and put me and this nigga in the same room, I feel like me and this nigga got just amount of same chance, nigga, to pull a
Oh,
bitch.
for sure.
Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like,
But he's saying now.
he do. I got a big pipe though, so maybe that'll work out. Maybe that equal it out. Like he sing, but bitch, I'll put the. I'm fucking stupid, man. Let's move on though. Let's move on, bro.